11:30 a.m. as we dissect and give detailed updates on this year's Hajj in Saudi Arabia, titled Echo.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. In the name of Allah, most beneficent, most merciful, the nourisher, the cherisher, the sustainer, the provider, the protector, master of one and all. Complete salutation be upon the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his companion, those who have followed him, those who are following him, and those who shall follow him until the day of Qiyamah. Amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. You're welcome to As-Salam Peace Magazine, Echoes of Hajj, and today is 3rd Muharram, the year 1445 after Hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Mecca to Medina, which is equivalent to 21st July 2023. My name is Aliu Doma, and together on the show as usual I have my colleague who is well seated here, inshallah, and today is Jum'at. We'll say Jum'at Mubarak.
MashaAllah. My name is Abdullah Usman Liman, ready to take you on a very wonderful edition of this Echoes of Hajj. And
inshallah, for those of you who are listening to us for the first time, this is a program designed to bring you detailed updates of what is happening in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia concerning 2023 Hajj that happened. A lot of Nigerians are still there in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Some are back home reunited with their loved ones, family and friends. However, flight operation is still ongoing, and we will be giving you detail about the flight operations and the ones we are expecting to leave the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia back home to Nigeria, and some of the states that have completed airlifts of their pilgrims back home. We'll also inform you of that, and if time permits and the network allow us as well, we will link up with a guest from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to give us updates on what is happening. Also, that is more content from the real source there on a live feed. All right, Abdullah, I think you should start with the updates for us, talking about flight updates.
Yes, I'll be giving you just a comprehensive flight update of airlifts for yesterday alone. I'll give you the sum total. First, we had Air Peace flight that departed Jeddah to Kwara State at 5:38 hours with 312 pilgrims and 4 officials, out of which we had 302 from Kwara, 5 from Imo, 2 from Bayelsa, 2 from Rivers, and 1 from Ebonyi State. Flight 103, we had a flyers that departed Jeddah to Birnin Kebbi at 9:19 hours with 387 pilgrims of Kebbi State. Flight 104, we had flyers that departed Jeddah to Lagos at 10:29 hours with 364 Lagos State pilgrims and 7 officials. 105, we had a flyers also that still departed Jeddah to Abuja at 12:28 hours with 395 pilgrims and 12 officials. Out of that 395, just 1 was from Kebbi State. Moving on, Air Peace departed Jeddah to Ilorin directly at 13:36 hours Saudi Arabian time with 264 pilgrims, out of which 260 were from Kwara State, 1 from Imo and Delta State respectively. We also had aero flights that departed Jeddah to Yola at 17:45 hours with 468 pilgrims of Adamawa State and 6 officials. We also had another flyers that departed Jeddah to Maiduguri at 18:22 hours with 394 pilgrims, out of which we had 316 from Borno State and 78 from Yobe State. Okay, and I think lastly for yesterday we had that's flight 109. For yesterday we had Max Air that departed Jeddah to Gombe State with 559 Gombe State pilgrims, taking the total number of pilgrims airlifted to 42,815 out of 109 shuttles. Also, as at this morning, the first flight, which is flight 110, Air Peace departed Jeddah to Lagos with 297 pilgrims of Edo State and 5 officials. We also had flyers that departed Jeddah to Kebbi State at 8:28 hours with 385 pilgrims of Kebbi State and 2 officials. Flight 112 flyers departed Jeddah with 354 Niger State pilgrims. No officials this time around. The last flight, as at the time of filing this report, at 11:43 Saudi Arabian time, flyers departed Jeddah to Abuja with 378 pilgrims of Niger State and 8 officials. Towards the end of the show, we are going to be giving you also flights that we expect to also take place to a lift from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to Nigeria today also. So, and as well as that for tomorrow, inshallah.
All right, before then, let's take a look at this particular information that is coming in. Just like we said, we give you updates concerning Hajj and also Umrah, inshallah, because the season for Umrah is already before us, and the Saudi Arabia are releasing news every now and then concerning Umrah. And this one is saying Umrah permits now available for foreign pilgrims, according to sources in the Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Hajj and Umrah announced that it has started receiving Umrah pilgrims from outside the kingdom through all air, land, and sea ports for the new Umrah season. The Saudi press agency reported the new Umrah season officially began on July 11 as Saudi Arabia began issuing permits for citizens and residents of the kingdom and those in Gulf Cooperation Council, that is GCC countries. And the ministry said it was ensuring that the Pilgrim Experience program would continue to provide the best services to visitors and enable the largest number of Muslims to perform Umrah, according to the Saudi press agency. The ministry also added that those coming from outside the kingdom to perform Umrah and visit the Prophet Mosque can apply for an e-visa through the Nusuk platform. The platform facilitates the arrival of Muslims from all parts of the world in Mecca and Medina and allows them to choose their accommodation and transport services. It also provides users with information and interactive maps that are useful to their Umrah in several languages with simple steps and around the clock. The measure are part of the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah's efforts to enable The measures are part of the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah's effort to enable more Muslims to come to Saudi Arabia to perform the Islamic rituals, simplify the process, and develop the quality of services provided to them in line with Saudi Vision 2030.
This is a very good development. Of course, it's very important that not just people learn from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, because you can see that year in, year out, innovation, initiatives, it never ends. It's a continuous process. We have to, as a government also as well, and also private individuals, we have to come together collectively to invest in technology, invest in science and technology, because these are the results of investing in science and technology. They drive innovation, they drive initiatives. You can see even the tents in Mina, you understand, many of them have air conditions and things like that to protect people from the scorching sun of that area. So this new technology, as you can see, it has a lot of features, including maps that can take you anywhere, and in case also if you are lost, because the mosque is a very, very big place. It's not a place where you can, not like here where you come and drive very close to the mosque. No, it's a very, very large place where people easily get missing. So you can easily find your way back, especially for those that are literate, and even for those that are not so literate. I believe there is a new also technology, more like a wristband, that allows just if there's an alarm that allows or that gives them the ability to trace wherever a pilgrim might be, and it also prevents situations of abscondment. That is in case of people that will say, okay, I want to jump, but I don't want to come back to Nigeria anymore. Also,
we have this particular one coming in that says National Hajj Commission of Nigeria to conclude return airlift 3rd August. Lord Saudi authorities 2 weeks into the commencement of the inbound airlift into Nigeria, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, has airlifted over 42,256 of the 73,000 pilgrims to Nigeria in 109 shuttles, even though we have more updates on that, just like we gave. The second phase operation, which began on the 4th of July 2023 with the airlift of 387 Sokoto pilgrims by Flynas after the completion of the symbolic stoning of the Jamrat. The operation, which was initially bedeviled by non-provisions of slots to many of the airlines except the Flynas, which enjoyed considerable home advantage from the General Authority on Civil Aviation, GACA. That is because Flynas is a Saudi-based air carrier, so they enjoyed that home advantage. But it later picked up with the intervention of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria boss, Al-Haji Zikrullah Kulli Hassan, and the highest authority in Nigeria to resolve the logjam. Since then, the airlift has been progressing smoothly and steadily. Meanwhile, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria chairman has commended the Saudi authorities and the airlines for their tenacity and the commitment to ensuring that the operation was conducted smoothly and successfully. He urged everyone to sustain the tempo so that the operation can be concluded in record time. With the space at which we are going, he says, hopefully we will accomplish the airlift on our target date. I therefore urge the pilgrims, officials and the airlines to sustain the tempo and to continue comply with the rules and regulations guiding the operation so that we can successfully achieve the objectives and obtain Hajj Mabrur. The Commission has fixed August 3rd as the target date for the completion of the inbound flights to Nigeria by the airlines. Max Air, Flynas, Aero Contractors, and Azman, the officially designated carriers for the 2023 Hajj airlifts. Recall that outbound operations spanned a month with the inaugural flight held on 25th May 2023 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, with the airlift of Nasarawa State pilgrims, and conducted on 24th June with the airlift concluded with, I beg your pardon, let me take that again. The first batch that left Nigeria was Nasarawa State pilgrims, and it was conducted on the 25th of May, and the last that was concluded was on 24th June with the airlift of Niger State pilgrims and remainder of pilgrims from Kaduna and Kebbi. And also, in a related development, the second phase of the visit to Medina by less than 2,000 Nigerian pilgrims who could not do so had commenced with the visitation by 365 batch 5 of Borno State pilgrims who were conveyed to the second holiest city 2 days back. The Commission has successfully achieved the feat of ensuring that over 98% of Nigerian pilgrims visited Medina in the first phase of the operation. Alhamdulillah, this is quite a commendable one, and it was the information was released by the Deputy Director of Information and Publications Division, that is Musa Ubandawaki, who was a guest on this program a couple of days ago. Also, the chairman was our guest on Saturday on this program, that is a week ago. He was here with us, and he has given us a lot of updates and assurances from the part of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, who are the authority.
Regulatory agencies.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, to buttress this, in the first phase of the airlift, that's from Nigeria to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, there was in this initial logjam. You understand? When pilgrims or the commission or the Saudi authorities, if I may put it that way, could not liaise properly with the National Hajj Commission to move pilgrims from Medina to Mecca. You understand? After perhaps maybe the first few days they must have stayed there, because the idea was that people should visit Medina, after which they will go to Mecca and also perform their rites. But at some point we had a lot of flights coming in from Nigeria with not enough space to accommodate Nigerian pilgrims. And as at then in Medina, we had about, I think, 22,500 bed spaces. That's according to the commission. That's what Nigeria had applied for then, and that's what they kept for Nigerian pilgrims. But at some point, we had more than that figure in the kingdom, also, in Medina.
No.
So as a result of that, the commission had to bring in a policy of pilgrims must not stay more than 5 days, maximum 7 days in Medina, after which they will be moved to Mecca in order to create space for incoming batch of Nigerian pilgrims, so that they don't get this what do you call it now, this jam lock.
And also we will be doing something quite unusual on the show today. We will open the phone line so that if at all there are pilgrims, or there is any pilgrim who had returned from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to call in and share their own experience with us on the program. This is going to be the first time we will be doing that, inshallah, and it's going to be a good one for us to have feedback from those who have gone to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and have information they want to share with us. And the studio line, I will read it out so that you get to call. If you can hear us and you just returned from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you may want to share your experience with us. It might not be this year, you might have visited even before this year's Hajj. We do well to share the experience with us so that it will give adequate information to others who are intending pilgrims. The number to call is 0700 010 961 961. Let me take that again: 0700 010 961 961. That is the number you can call us and share with us on the program your experience on the journey to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is indeed a merriment in terms of the journey. There are challenges, but if you look at the overall benefit of it in terms of the religious part of it, then you know that it is worth it, considering the fact that this is the 5th pillar of Islam that you should, as a grown up, if you have the means, to at least go do Hajj once in your lifetime. It is a landmark achievement for anyone to have been there, and also a privilege. Though one of the peculiarity of it, or the mystery attached to it, is that you might have the money, but unless and until Allah has called you and give you the privilege before you get money, there,
but they tend to pay for other people to visit the kingdom before themselves. Meanwhile, we are still trying to connect with our guests. Listeners should stay tuned. And also, don't forget that we will also be bringing you flights that are yet to come. Right now, we are at flight 113. So before the show ends, we will also give you the other flight updates.
And also, please don't forget that this show is still open for advert placement and sponsorship. If you are enjoying what we're doing and you feel you want to tap in the reward that Allah should bless you with more, you can place your advert and also sponsor this program. It is still open. You can do well to contact us through the studio line, just like we have read. Meanwhile, I will still dish out the phone number: 070 001 0961 961. That is the studio line. You can call us, or you can check our website, www.abuja.voiceofthepeople.ng, www.abuja.voiceofthepeople.ng. And also, our office is situated at number 4 Ogbomosho Street, area 8, Abuja. Number 4 Ogbomosho Street, area 8, Garki, Abuja. That is where our office is situated. So you can actually call in, or you visit us in case you have any proposition for us. We are open to do business with you. Meanwhile, we're still trying to establish contact with our guest. Yesterday we told you that we will try our best to see if we can get Alhaji Hassan Yakasei to be on the program today, but I don't know if it's actually the network or he is busy, because we've been trying to get in touch with him, but to no avail. But we will continue to try before our time elapses, and if at all we get him, then we will have our conversation. But if not, we will continue to see how we can bring more stakeholders to be on this particular program. Before then, let's take a look at this particular updates that we have here. In 16 days, National Hajj Commission airlifts 41,130 pilgrims back home as 5 airlines conduct 100 flight operations. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has recorded 105 return flights of pilgrims so far the comments. Okay, this one came in before we got the updates. We've gone past this. We're already at 113 flights already based on our record here. Just the flight operations that you read out earlier, we've gotten to 113 already. I think there's another information that we should be giving out concerning Lagos Pilgrim. It is very essential that I read this one to our listener also to know, because some states really their pilgrims have returned completely. They don't have any in Saudi Arabia, while some are still there. So the last batch of Lagos State pilgrims that participated in the holy pilgrimage in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia landed safely at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos on Thursday. That's yesterday. The pilgrims, who were aboard a Flynas airline which departed the King Abdulaziz International Airport, Jeddah, at 10 a.m. landed safely at exactly 2:35 p.m. Nigerian time. Speaking on arrival at the tarmac of the airport, the Amirul Hajj, Prince Anofiu Olariwaju Elegushi, appreciated Allah for his love, mercy and protection over the officials and entire pilgrims throughout the exercise. He also extended his gratitude to the governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his deputy, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, for their unflinching support towards the success of operation. He likewise appreciated the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Mrs. Lolade Aino, and others for their support, while noting that every operation has its own peculiarities and challenges. Elegushi said that God has been so wonderful and merciful to the state, adding that the challenges experienced shall be improved upon during the next operation. The Amirul Hajj revealed that 2,028 women and 1,634 men performed the spiritual exercise through the state. He stressed further that out of the number, the state recorded the death of a female pilgrim, Al-Hajja Kuburat Aduni Shekoni, while another Al-Hajja Kuburat Motolani Olorufumi was on admission in one of the Saudi Arabia hospitals. He added that while the deceased, who died of natural death, had been buried in Mecca according to Islamic injunction, the other female pilgrim presently receiving treatment will be airlifted back home after being discharged. Elegushi, who is the immediate past Honorable Commissioner for Home Affairs, expressed his gratitude to the entire pilgrims for their good behavior and exemplary conduct during their stay in the Holy Land. He said their attitude impressed the ambassador of Nigeria to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Ambassador Yahya Lawal, to declare them as the most disciplined pilgrims from Nigeria. The state was also presented with an award of good conduct by the head of Abdurrahman Abdul Hajj, who praised them for their good behavior, especially in Mina and Arafat. Among the 359 pilgrims in the last flight were the former special advisor to the governor on Islamic matters, Alhaji Ahmad Abdullah JB, board chairman Imam Engineer Shakiru Ayinde Gafar, a board member Alhaji Mojid Sani, board secretary Mr. Sahid Onipede, members of staff and other stakeholders also in this particular information that we have here.
MashaAllah. Before we run out of time, we are also expecting flights to depart Jeddah to Lagos today. We are also expecting another one to depart Jeddah to Maiduguri with Yobe and Borno State pilgrims. That is flight 115. We are also expecting a Max Air to depart to Gombe. That's from Jeddah to Gombe with Gombe pilgrims. We also expect Aero to depart with Adamawa pilgrims to Yola. We also expect Azman to depart with Kaduna pilgrims to Kaduna. Also, Airpeace, we are expecting 2 Airpeace flights to depart Jeddah to Ilorin and Lagos respectively.
No, Lagos have concluded for today. We only have
no, they might get to Lagos, but not with Lagos pilgrims.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
not with Lagos pilgrims.
Probably we'll continue that tomorrow.
Yes.
Time is not on our side. When we come tomorrow, inshallah, we will take that.
Inshallah.
Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully, inshallah, we'll come tomorrow with more program for you. Stay with 96.1 FM until we come your way tomorrow, inshallah. My name remains Aliu Duma.
And I remain Abdullah Usman Liman signing out.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.